I'm just gonna play. No. That's blooper right there.
I'm leaving it in. No, that's the intro.
Oh gosh, no. Oh gosh, we'll have to be careful about it. All right. What's up, everyone? This is JP Lawson with Beyond Caliber coming at you with a brand new campaign that we are doing. Brand new session 1, starting right out the gate of the Batharian Tales. Maelstrom and Fire. Now, I am your DM. I will also be playing the role of Dr. Jeremiah Marrow throughout the campaign, as well as several other NPCs, so to speak, which we will get to them as we get going. So, if we can go around the room to our finalized cast, 2 of which are not here currently because they were busy, but they also don't have an integral part in the start of the campaign. They will come in at a later point in time. But our original cast members right here, if you could go around the room, introduce yourselves, remind the people who you are, remind the people who you're playing, let them know a little bit about you, and then we will get this rolling.
Okay. Hey, I'm Gabby. I'm playing the character Nina Black, and she is a variant human sorcerer. So she is a witch, and she comes from a... About me?
Saying like you.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, she comes from a family of sorcery, and that's a little bit. And she also has a half brother that you'll meet later on.
Hello everybody, my name is Dylan Yates and I play Malachi Slade. He is a half elf sorcerer. You would know it because he has green eyes. He's medium sized. He's 6 foot tall, and he's middle aged, about 25. He's kind of in the middle, and he's just a really chill dude. If he wants to get mad, he will, but let's hope he won't in this particular session.
All right, before I do my introduction, 25 is not middle age.
Well, it's
you Gen X.
Well, it's close. It's almost there.
If that's the case, he's ancient.
My character is ancient.
No, I'm talking about you.
Me?
Yes, you.
Brother, I am 29, going to be 30 this year.
I'll be 27. Anyways, it's your favorite Southern Himbo electrician, infamous JoJo, okay? Joe, also known as Little Bro Joe. And just to go ahead and do a little bit of bragging, the new Prediction Battles champion because of Royal Rumble.
All right, that'll be in another video.
Yeah. But I am playing Finn Ginguru. And I'm going to do this voice the entire time. So this is going to be fun. Finn is a hill dwarf. He stands at roughly 4'2". He loves nature. He is distinct because of his heterochromia and ginger hair and beard. And don't make fun of his height or you might be missing a kneecap.
That's pretty much it right there. Okay. So now that we have met our starting cast for the session, let us just go ahead and not waste any more time. Go into Maelstrom and Fire.
I just want to point out everybody got the giggles from that voice. Ginger.
All right. So this is where we start. Ladies and gentlemen, to give y'all the quote-unquote intro to Batharian Tales is as follows. In the time span of 1473, there is a planet. This planet, known as Batharia, was uninhabited. Natural. No other earthly or man-made or creature-made, for that matter, monuments, materials, everything like that. This planet just completely natural. And in this planet, there is a source of light that creates a specific power. It creates a specific ability, so to speak. Now, setting the scene for you. Back in that time period, and back in that year, there were 3 wizards that traveled together across distant galaxies, across distant, let's just say, planes of existence. Well, these 3 are named Yanar, Teriak, and Voltaire. Now, these 3 brothers happened upon Batharia. When they happened upon Batharia, they saw that the planet was uninhabited. They saw that there was no life of any sort other than nature itself. So, they made plans together to stay there, to make the world as what they wanted, to make the world full of magic, full of wizardry, sorcery, all of this. But in the process of growing their civilization, growing their life in Batharian, things went off course eventually. Fast forward to the year 1629. 1629, civilization was great among Batharian. Now, Batharian had prospered. Not all natural now, now there are some creature and man-made structures, civilizations, buildings, villages, cities even. And about 25 years prior to this point, there were 3 schools that were made. A school of sorcery for witches, a school of sorcery for wizards and warlocks, and then the grand school, which housed both species and both sexes. Now, you have to attend your respective schooling before you move up into the grand school. So, the point in which we are set is now 1806. 1806 is the year in which y'all come into play. Give y'all a little backstory between what happened in 1609 and 1806 now. As things were prospering, one of the brothers, Voltaire, got very, very greedy and prideful. Got an ego that ended up surpassing anything the brothers could have possibly imagined. And he went on a power-hungry surge for himself. With his brothers trying to stop him, he only grew stronger and stronger. He ended up segregating himself, putting himself apart from the rest of civilization to go search for more power, for more opportunity to grow, because he found in his heart that he truly wanted to be the best. Eventually, over time, during that period, before we heroes arrive, these 3 brothers ended up dying out. But what they did not know is that Voltaire had a son. Voltaire's son, nowhere to be found for quite some time, until about the year 1770, when, under another name, attended the schoolings, wanted to grow in his power, where he befriended a character by the name of Jeremiah Marrow. So, unbeknownst to Jeremiah, Jeremiah started training with him, started helping with him, started helping grow in his studies, without realizing the true purpose of this son. And that is all I will give y'all right now. So, y'all are going to start in a very weird place. Let me give the setting to y'all. Each of y'all, if you will close your eyes, each of your characters awaken to notice that everything is still black around you.
Garbage.
Y'all are trying to move, but y'all cannot move. And dark vision will not help you at this moment. Because y'all are each different points of the room, same room, are chained to the chairs in which y'all sit.
Oh, God.
And what's more is that y'all's heads are covered with a blackened burlap sack. Basically, not tied, so whereas two y'all can still breathe, but very long, baggy.
Prevent
like-
sight.
Yeah. To prevent y'all from seeing anything. Y'all awaken. Y'all are rustling around, realizing you can't move and all that. Y'all cannot, function. Y'all can't see anything. Y'all are trying to figure out what's going on. What do y'all do? Okay, start with the lady.
Okay. Nina's gonna say, "Hey! What's going on in here? Let us go!"
Is our magic disabled because of these chains?
I don't know.
Because I can use a free action to wild shape, and because of the druid, I can easily turn into a rat, a squirrel, and get out of this.
Okay. So go ahead and make a roll for it.
Do I have to roll for that?
If that's not a roll, then go ahead and do it.
I'm double checking.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, it is not a roll action.
Okay.
That's surprising to me too.
Yep. Then go ahead and do it.
Oh. Shape of mouse.
Okay. So at that point, you don't really have to say it too. Just tell me what you want to do and all that
Yeah.
because your character, you can already
Yeah.
do it.
So basically, I'm going to wild shape into the mouse. I'm guessing the chains fall, the burlap. Basically, I'm probably in the burlap sack. Get out of it. Turn back.
Okay. So when you turn back, since the burlap sack is off of you now, the chains are now falling into the chair away from you and onto the ground. You happen to look around and you notice a very sort of dim stone room with marble flooring.
Oh, this ain't good.
You notice that there are two other chairs that are there that have individuals in them, but one chair that is empty, that does not have anybody in it. It's just the chains and the burlap sack folded onto the floor, like somebody had just gotten free. You see around you, there are 4 walls, but 3 of them have wooden hand-carved doors.
Alrighty. Finn is still even though he prefers nature over talking to people, he's gonna go over and pull the burlap sack off both of them. Boy, seems like we in a pickle here.
Yeah, it does. Have you seen anybody?
No, I used my wild shape and turned into a rat. Got out of mine pretty easy. Seems magic is not disabled. I don't have any lockpicking skills. I can try to undo the chains, but
Make me a strength check.
I was going to ask, can I make a perception to see if there's like a lock or if it's like
Yeah, go ahead.
These. Can you explain these? I obviously know kind of what that is, but
Okay, so DM, you asked me to roll for perception.
Correct.
I rolled, and then we did a quick little pause.
Yep, but was it a nat 20?
It was. I did not touch it.
Perfect. Okay. So, what you see, you do not see keys or anything hanging up. You see torches and lanterns that are lit across the room dimly.
No, that wasn't what I was
it's hard to
looking
see.
at.
But when it comes to the chains, when it comes to those, the areas, the chain itself does not have locks. What's locked together or closed together is around the wrists and around the feet. However, there is not a keyhole on those locks. There's not a keyhole on those locks.
I'm looking to see what weapons I have. Because do we have our gear?
Make a perception.
Again?
Yep, for all of y'all.
This
will be for all of y'all.
And hey, first
This
roll.
one roll.
Hey, the first roll was also a nat 20.
Yep.
For the
Let's
whole
see.
campaign.
Let's see.
Yeah, I figured that was coming.
Okay.
What's that?
That's a 1.
It's one.
Question. If I were to cast a spell and it's fire, is it
You got a plan?
Are the chains?
I would not cast fire at your hands, no. Or nothing like that.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of flammable.
But hold on to that thought because he's going to have to do some digging into y'all two to see if either one of y'all can.
So yeah, I don't notice if I have any of my gear, I'm guessing. Or do I have to roll 3 times?
No, you roll once. No, none of y'all's gear is there. The only thing that is there is what was not taken from y'all, which is your items, your specific magical items that y'all have, wands and stuff like that.
Oh, so I have my staff.
Useful right now.
Oh, when y'all get to moving, yes.
I mean, I can. Let me see what his strength is. I didn't even look at his strength.
This particular one over here, your character doesn't know, but she can do certain things without the use of a wand.
Yeah, I have a staff, but it really, with the wild magic,
Yeah. No,
it doesn't really play a factor.
not here. So, if I were you, since your character does not know these two really,
Boy, what can y'all do?
I am a witch.
And you, Mr. Grumpy?
I'm a sorcerer.
I mean, I can tell that. But do you have any handy tricks?
No.
Oh, then we're quite gobshite, aren't we? Fancy word of the day.
I want y'all to really think about this for a second. You two, not him. He's already out of his.
Druid!
But y'all are in chains.
Okay.
Chains are metal.
Yeah.
What can you usually do to metal to make them weaker?
Bam.
Not burn them,
Corrode him.
in a way.
So. Freeze them?
If you freeze
think
metal,
I have
it
it.
becomes weaker to the point where it can break like glass.
I
Oh,
don't.
Stone Cold?
I got something. Chromatic orb.
I have that.
Y'all both have that?
They both
Yeah.
have it.
Cold.
Oh, wait, I went Druid. I don't get that.
Yeah, they're both warlocks, so they both have it.
So
Oh, so I spot up
You
and
want me to
moved then,
try?
huh?
first, he can do it on his. and
Yeah,
I can do it on
which
mine.
again, you don't know this and all that, but I'm telling them, whatever it tells you to do for
It
chromatic
says-
orb.
3d8.
So it'd be a D20 plus spell modifier.
3d8s. No. This is something she can cast because it is a spell.
But it's 3d8.
She does not have to roll
damage.
for it. So with the 3d8, with these chains for both of y'all, it's 3d8 for cold damage. Y'all need to have 12 or more to be able to break out of your chains.
Okay, so d8 is the period.
To be able to freeze them,
So-
what you'll do is if you do complete it, you'll hold your hands like this.
Do you need
You'll
more
hold your hands
some?
like this, and the orb will come out of your hands.
Pick
and
one,
break
anyone.
onto the chains.
Both of these d8s.
No,
Yeah, the
that
two-
double pyramid.
That one is not one.
This.
This 2 pyramids.
Here,
Like,
I got another one.
Alright, it's just
And then-
3.
Did you got 3? You got 3? Okay. So roll. So you need to have 12 to get it. Reroll your 1. No. Reroll your
I got
1.
19.
You
I got
had
it.
6, 3, and 8.
8.
I got
So
19.
yes, you both did. So at this point, y'all realize, the burlap bags are off your head, so you can see what he's seeing, and you look and realize that y'all are covered in metal chains. So both of y'all's hands sort of widen. Y'all close your eyes for a second, and there's orbs that appear in both of your hands. And inside these orbs looks like, in a way, a snowstorm that's happening.
Okay.
And when you do that, y'all open your eyes, and your eyes are white like a snowstorm. And y'all extend your fingers like you're shooting it out. And when it shoots out, whirls around, and breaks against the chains and freezes the chains from the point of contact to the wrist and the legs. So now these chains are completely frozen, and your eyes return back to normal.
Okay.
I need you both to give me a strength check. D20. And the roll,
What my strength is.
including your additional, has to beat your original. So 12 plus 1 is 13. Yours beats yours.
I got 30.
You got one?
30.
I got a 19 on my wall and my strength.
No,
Okay,
you're
so-
plus.
Your
No, you're
plus,
good.
your...
Oh, plus. I don't have a plus.
Okay, but the 19 still beats the 11, so you're good. So both of y'all are able to kick one leg at a time and break out of the metal, break out of the chains, and both of these hands come ripping up out of the chain. And y'all stand up, sort of brush yourselves off, and are looking at him and looking around and trying to figure out where in the world y'all are. Keep in mind, these 3 wood doors that are to your right, to your left, and right in front of you are all closed.
Well, I'm glad y'all could figure your way out. My name's Finn.
Nina.
Malachi.
You seem like a real grumpy cat. Oh well. Let's figure out where we need to go.
So at this point, looking around the room, y'all don't notice too much of, any difference between the doors, like any sign that could tell y'all which door
Okay.
you would need to choose, so to speak. So, door 1 is in front of you, door 2 is to the left, door 3 is to the right. Y'all talk it out and see what y'all gonna do.
Is there anything carved on these doors, or are they just a basic wooden door?
Wooden doors with sort of like, metal trim and
Yeah.
decoration.
I mean, like,
on
is
the
there any-
edges? But there's no writing, no carvings, nothing like
Okay.
that. They just look like a regular wooden door. Yeah, you can do that just to be on the
I'm
safe
gonna do
side.
detect magic then on the doors to see if I can see any kind of magic. Okay. It says, for the duration you sense presence of magical effects within 30 feet of yourself. If you sense effects, you can take magic action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area. But it doesn't say I have to roll nothing.
Okay, so are you casting it?
Yes.
Okay. That is 2 of your spell slots that are casted now. You've got 2 left. So, you can be very careful.
Yeah.
Meaning that every time you cast a spell, it takes away from how many spells you can cast until you have a rest.
Yeah, but the benefit to y'all playing Warlocks is you get all your stuff back with a nap.
Y'all can literally take just like a short rest nap. And
Meanwhile, I require a long rest, but my druid stuff does not use spell slots, surprisingly.
nope.
Okay. So,
So.
I want to detect magic on
Okay.
the doors.
When you detect magic, you're sort of looking around with like a haze and all that, just trying to see everything. These 2 notice that you are doing that, so to speak. You look over to the door on the left, door number 2, and you see nothing. It looks regular. You look over to the right at door 3, and again, regular. Regular looking door, but when you look in front of you, the doorknob to door 1, which is on the longest wall, looks like it has a faint detection of like a handprint on the doorknob itself. And engraved into the door is a marking, but the marking is not original to the door. It It looks like it was brand new,
Okay.
engraved into the door. The marking itself, I need you to make a perception check for me.
Okay.
I'm looking at my spells. Turns out I also have that, but I want to see what she figures out first. I don't need to be.
D20.
I don't need to be wasting that big one.
D20. This is a D20. Any of the ones that are like that are D20s.
Where's
17.
my
Perception.
Skills.
We're doing
I didn't mean to.
that. Skills.
They're in alphabetical.
Perception.
Right there.
Plus 6. Got it.
23.
Yeah, you got it. Okay. So, looking at the engraving on the door, your family comes from a lineage that is able to read this. And when you're reading the engraving, it says, and I quote, "Enter with caution."
Boy, last did you find something?
I did. This door says enter with caution. It has a certain engraving on it. that I
Well,
was able to read.
normally I would rely on my familiar, but I can't find the wee lad. The sugar glider asked.
So with that knowledge, what do y'all wish to do?
Boys?
Oh, my sugar glider.
We'll have to keep going.
I'll say this. Y'all are nice and all, but I prefer the nature companion. So I'm willing to bet my little friend is that way.
Okay.
Okay. So
But I'm down for whatever.
who wants to lead?
Who's the strongest?
I mean,
What do you mean strong? Like,
if we're on natural land or near land, I have stuff that I can do some damage.
You're near land. You just don't know it.
Yeah. And plus,
No.
I have frostbite, shocking grasp, acid splashes, cantrips.
Okay.
I'll lead. Which way y'all want to go?
you want left, right?
Or the
No.
one? Or which one?
The one that she saw the engraving on is right in front.
Says
Left or
proceed
right,
with
she
caution.
didn't notice anything specific.
We can,
Y'all can still check those.
we can do the middle one last. Let's go to the left one.
All right, let's go left first.
Okay.
The middle one last.
When you reach for the left door and all that, it's unlocked.
Oh, blimey.
It's completely fine and all that. Nothing
Okay.
seems to be wrong. When you open the left door, you see a little bit of the dim light from the room y'all are in shine in on it, but know that it goes deeper than what it's letting on. And as y'all are looking in there, in the darkness, y'all see two sets of yellow eyes just open up and start to rise in the darkness and start to give a little.
Boy, I don't think this is it, and I don't think that's my friend Henry.
And they're just getting louder as they start walking towards the entrance and all that. And you see two dire wolves walking up towards the entrance of
thank
the
God,
room.
not sure.
Okay. I'm gonna use command.
Well, wait, can that only affect one creature?
It only affects one. So she would have to do it twice if she's quick enough.
And I have speak with animals, which I can probably get them to be reasonable.
This is the time for y'all to get to know each other's characters and what you're capable of doing.
Okay.
Because this is integral for y'all to be able to make it out of where
Let
you're
him
at.
speak
Oi,
first.
let me. Y'all show me some of your skills. Let me show you some of mine.
Okay.
And he's going to use speak with animal, which uses one of my first level spell slots.
Okay, go ahead.
Oi, you two. What's the fuss?
They sort of go from snarling to quiet and are just staring at you and just sort of sit down slowly looking at you.
Yes, I'm a druid. What seems to be the fuss? I'm always willing to help nature.
One of them stands up and turns around and goes back into the shadow. And when it comes back, it's got sort of like a bag, a big duffel bag sort of thing in its hands, leather has a chain around the top where it would open, but again, no lock on it. And it's dragging the bag, and it sets it at y'all's feet, and then both of them look at each other and go back into the shadow to lay down.
So, I wasted some of my magic for nothing. All right, then. So the chain's just wrapped around it. It ain't really locking it.
It's tight, but it's not locked on there because there's no lock on this
Yeah,
chain.
I'm going to just undo the chain.
Okay.
What's in here?
What?
In that bag is all of y'all's personal effects.
Except for...
All of the personal effects that y'all have on your person. So besides the ones that y'all have on your
I got my
body
sickle
already,
back.
you've got any weapons, if you have any weapons, any armor, all of that is right there.
Nifty. Good call, Malachi, right?
It says I got a crystal, a dagger.
Good call, Malachi. But still no Henry.
So that door is now shut with y'all putting your prefix on, putting all of the things that belong to you on. What is the next step?
Go. Okay.
Let's go to... We talked about checking
Right
both.
door?
Yep. Finn, I guess the temporary leader.
When you open the right door, you see in there tables that have candles lit upon them that looks like it's, old food just sitting on the table and all that, having been eaten. Looks like it's recently made. It doesn't look like it's been there for a long period of time. Y'all look at the drinks that are sitting in mugs, and there's still steam coming off the top of them.
Well, I see someone was there recently.
But the rest of the room is shadowed besides the tables, so you can't really see what's in the room.
Personally, I don't trust this.
Me neither.
Malachi, what says you?
Can I use dark vision to see if I can see any of the rest in the dark since there's darkness on it?
You already have dark vision.
Yeah, I have that
Hold
naturally
up.
too.
I got something though that we might could use.
Yeah, don't forget to look at your cantrips because those.
See,
Those you can use without having to
light.
use a spell slot.
Light is a cantrip.
You're using
Okay.
as a cantrip. Heck yeah. Because you literally
You
throw up
can-
a little
I
ball
can
of light.
touch a large or smaller object that isn't being worn or carried until the spell ends. The object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. It can be covered as I light. Covering the object with something opaque blocks the light. The spell ends
Okay.
if you cast it again.
So, what I would do if I were you, if I were in your situation, I would touch the table.
Okay.
Because the table runs along the entire room.
Okay, so I'm going to touch the table and light it up as red.
Red?
You can do any
Red.
color.
Why
I
red?
want to do a red.
White.
So
While it's
do
already
the
dark
bright.
in there. Yeah.
Okay, so then white.
Do white.
Okay.
White's the red.
When you light it up white, it definitely brings light into the
Bloody!
entire room because
Last bloody.
the room itself is not very big. It's just long. So, when you touch the table and it shines up white, you notice not really much to the walls per se, but at the very end of the room is a ladder. And that ladder extends to the ceiling where it looks like there's a hidden or trapdoor of sorts in the ceiling.
Interesting. Well,
What do we do?
we're a team until we figure out what the bloody is going on.
Remember, there's still a third door.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I say we see, but proceed with caution as it says.
Alrighty. Also, since we're working together, I have a nifty ability where all I gotta do is touch a gear and I can fix it. Mending.
Yeah. Unfortunately, their gear's not.
I know, I'm just,
He's just letting us know.
I'm,
Creating conversation.
yeah, as we're, and also, hey, this is some of the stuff I'm good at, this is some of the stuff I'm bad at.
Okay.
I don't know how to tap dance, stuff, joking.
So, who leads up to the third door?
I'll go.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Lead the way, lass.
So, when you go up to the third door. As you get closer, the doorknob visibly starts to turn with a golden light shining from the doorknob. But it doesn't give off any form of negative aura or anything like that.
Okay.
You go to open the door, I'd assume. When you open the door, throw it open, it's a long, dimly lit tunnel. It goes down about 20 feet. And at the very end of it, you see a staircase, sort of like a wooden checked staircase. The walls have torches every about 2 or 3 feet that are just barely lit, like they're barely hanging on to light right now.
So, does that light still carry since I casted it?
It's in the other room.
Okay.
It's not in there.
I guess we need to go check out the staircase and see if we can get out of here. Find out why we're in here. Maybe find someone who can tell us.
As y'all start walking down this tunnel, so to speak, every time she passes a light on the wall, it inflames and comes back to brightness. And as you're going down the hall, the closer you get to the stairwell, the more you hear rustling.
Do y'all hear that?
Yeah, laddie. I'm not a fan of it.
Henry?
It's not Henry, is it?
No. So,
Tease.
as you get to the stairwell and you look up, you notice up about 15, 20 steps, there's a door that's got light coming in around the edges of it.
Come here, Pumpkin.
And that light is shining and all that. And as y'all start to go up the stairs, you notice that the rustling gets louder and louder, and it doesn't sound like physical rustling of sorts.
Pumpkin. Happy cats.
When y'all get to the top of the stairs where y'all are at the door now, and the light is shining through the cracks of the door and around the seam of the door, you notice that the rustling you hear behind it is of magic. And you hear a strange voice on the other side that is sort of chanting in a way.
Hey, who goes there?
The chanting stops. You hear a couple more blasts of magic and sorts. And the door flies open without anyone opening it for you. When you step out of the door and all that, y'all are coming out of the ground in the middle of a forest, an unknown forest to y'all. You don't really know.
Oh, this is a land I can work with.
And as y'all come up, the sun shining from behind y'all, you hear a step come to the edge of the little hill that's right above the door that's in the ground.
Okay.
Think a hobbit hole, in a way.
Okay.
When y'all come out and you hear that step, y'all turn around, where all you see is a silhouette.
Hello?
You three made it out quicker than I thought you would.
Who are you and where are we?
And this figure is going to jump and drop down in front of y'all and walk into light where y'all can see him up closer. He introduces himself saying, "Yes, I am Dr. Jeremiah Merrow. And right about now, I'm going to need your help." And he pulls out his wand immediately and walks past y'all and looks behind where y'all were standing, probably about 10 feet back, and just stands guard ready. When y'all turn around, there are 3 hooded figures, all in black. One of them stands up higher and more back than the other 2, seemingly like he's the one giving orders but all you hear is, "Move forward."
Do it.
Those two start moving forward, and they draw wands out of their pockets.
Oi. Seems like you're trying to ice skate uphill.
So what's going on here?
You three, amongst others, are being hunted
Why? By who?
for purposes I do not know, and we will get to that later. But for now, ready yourselves,
Yes, sir.
and I need y'all to roll initiative.
Okay.
I don't have my notepad to keep track, so.
I'm trying to go to my notes.
This is a 20, right?
Yes. Wait, I have a journal on my back.
Oh, nat 20.
For Marrow?
Marrow. Yep.
Where's initiative?
I got an 18.
Okay, so what's your modifier? Your
I don't have one.
you don't have one at the top for your initiative rolls?
16.
Okay, so yours was what?
18.
What is your initiative modifier?
+1, so.
+1. So you rolled a 16?
Yeah.
You rolled a 16? So it'd be
17.
17. And what was yours, Dylan?
18.
All right, what's your Malachi?
Stick on her.
Yeah.
18.
Nina.
Nina is at 17.
Yeah.
Let me roll for the two others. What was yours? Initiative?
10.
10? Okay. And then your character's Finn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Finn? Is
Gabby,
gonna
is yours an actual pen? Or is it like that?
It's
It's like that.
Okay. I also need to know y'all's.
27.
Hold up. You're at 27 for your HP.
Yeah, that's my base HP right now.
What's your base HP?
23.
23.
18.
Well, I'm always the meatiest one.
I'm always a 15.
Yours is 23.
Yes.
Yours is at what?
18.
We gotta get you some armor.
Guess what my armor class is?
What?
15.
You ever got an armor class?
Marrow is at 162.
Wait, did I
That was
ever?
cool.
Okay. Who's she talking
Her
to?
mama.
About one?
I don't know.
Are they young?
No, she said she was fine.
Oh, it was because I didn't add my shield. That's on me.
Okay. So with that, what's your shield? Bring it to
14 for AC.
14 for 18. Okay. All right. So Marrow is going to start off. What Marrow is going to do first is he's going to use Ray of Frost. A frigid beam of blue-white light streaks toward a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, it takes 1d8 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. The cantrip upgrade. Okay. Alright, so I've got 4d8 that I roll if I hit it. Golly, he may take out one of them real quick. Depending. Okay, so let me make sure I hit first, though.
It's thank you next 2.0.
And he does hit. So 1d8. I need 2 more d8. Is that a d8 right there? Yes, that's a d8 right there. So I just need one more. Okay.
Can you read those numbers?
Oh gosh,
That's not a D8.
that is a d8. It's just a different form.
Got it.
All right, so 17.
Did he take out one of them?
He took him down to 1.
Oh.
So when the ray of frost hits the first wizard that he's going for, or what he thinks is a wizard, it immediately knocks him not only back on his feet, but the blast is so large and intent that it continues to go until he's practically iced over. And while he is still alive and all that, he's pretty much frozen within state and all that for the moment. He can move his eyes around and all that and look, but he is just sitting there just watching now, basically at this point. At this point, it is going to be Malachi's turn.
So which one did you flee?
Number 1.
Warlock 1. These are not wizards, these are warlocks.
If you froze him, then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see if I can bang it.
You want to go for him who's already incapacitated, or you want to go for the other one?
Oh, let's go for 2.
Alright. What do you want to do to Warlock 2?
Since I got the chromatic orb, I'm gonna see if I can do some acid damage.
Okay. So that is a spell, I believe.
Mine's. What's the name of it called? Sorcerer's
Chromatic
Orb?
orb.
Yes, that is a spell. Yeah.
So when you use the spell, you don't have to roll for it, but it uses up a spell slot. There is a dexterity saving that I have to try and make on there for the warlock.
Let's see.
What is that dexterity?
You'll
If
say
you roll the same number, 2 more.
Let me see.
Let's see. You have it. Then make a range spell attack. I'm gonna hit the
I took a
target.
spell specifically to be
If
a
I hit you, the
round on my
target
scout.
takes 3d8 damage on the chosen type.
Okay, so then make me a roll. It's got to be a ranged attack, which you are good, so you don't have advantage nor disadvantage. It's just a regular roll.
And he's going after the one that's already,
Number 2.
or he's going after number 2.
Two, the one that's
3d8.
hit. No.
Yeah, double
You got to
two.
use a d20 just to make sure you hit it first.
13.
You have any modifiers?
Warlocks are
What
a
is it?
charisma base. So add your charisma mod.
Charisma's +2. So.
Yeah.
15.
Perfect.
You did hit.
Now roll.
3d8. Look. Here it is.
I don't. How low on the route am I?
2.
Should have another
I
one
got
there.
3.
DM. How low on the turn order am I?
You're the last one.
9.
9? Okay. So, in doing so, when you hit him with that orb, he definitely starts to burn. And as he's, sort of like fighting with this, burning sensation and all that, he sort of just like freaks out at first, but then calms himself down and just stands there. And you notice that as he's standing there, the acid is just going to sort of drip off his body to the ground.
Ugh.
And sort of just like hit the ground. And so he's got the scars from where the acid damaged him. He is still damaged,
Good.
but the acid does not take a hold of him. It drops to the ground. Warlock 1. The only thing he can do on the ground at that point, since he's frozen,
Just look.
is he's going to cast Firebolt to inflame the ice that surrounds him.
He's
trying
he's probably going to have to roll a
melt it down.
disadvantage with the being frozen thing. Or am I wrong?
Well, no, he's not attacking anybody. He's just
Yeah.
heating it up so that he
Okay.
can get unthawed, so to speak. I'll still roll it. And it wasn't low enough to do any
Yeah.
damage to himself anyway. So he lights up his hands and the ice around him starts to melt. It's sort of like his whole body is, filled with flame and all that. Ice melts around him. He still lies on the ground, but now he can freely move, and he's looking up towards y'all now. And is starting to make his ascent stand up. Warlock 2 just got hit by Malachi, so he's going to go after Malachi. He's going to raise his wand, and he himself is going to try and hit a ray of frost on Malachi.
And you have an AC of 15?
Does a 10?
No.
Nope.
He has a
Okay.
15.
So as he blasts the ray of frost out of his wand and all that, Malachi is sort of gonna like duck and dodge out of the way and all that.
You
And
can
as he's
dodge.
coming back up, he's gonna
You can
look,
dodge a wind.
You can dodge a Ray Frost.
You can dodge a wind.
and he's
You
gonna
can dodge a wind.
duck and look back up and keep his eyes on number 2, Warlock 2, and that is where our beloved Finn is going to make his.
Alrighty. Time to have some fun. Because there are several routes I can go with Finn. I can go his brawler style, I can go his druid style, or I can just use magic. Because I don't trust our DM right now. I love you, bro, but no. So it's just us and Marrow versus the 2 warlocks, correct?
Well, one Warlock's down, yes, but he's on 1 HP and all that.
Yeah.
There's one that's not in combat right now.
So I'm going to cast.
He's just sort of watching up on the hill. Right now, being the keyword.
Dude, I could mess with this. Hey, DM, I need Warlock 2 to make a wisdom save because he's got a meter beat of 14.
He does not.
He's going to sleep
Okay.
because I used the spell and that's my second first level spell slot. Sleep.
Okay. So when you do that and you cast it to Warlock 2 just sort of slumps to the ground and looks like he's lifeless, but really is just in a sleep manner.
Boy, that should make him easier to handle up. Y'all gonna.
When this happened, Marrow's gonna look at the one that he hit originally and say, "You care to make another jump?" And the Warlock is just gonna stand up and just look around at all 4 of y'all and just take off running.
The one I put to sleep?
No, the other one.
Yeah, because what I was gonna have Finn say before another player was texting me, y'all gonna have to take care of them. As long as I stay focused on him, he can't wake up.
Okay.
And so
AKA,
he's
I have
going-
to keep concentration.
So that one's going to take off running. Warlock 1 is. Warlock 2 is in a deep sleep. Now the one that stands upon the hill is going to look at, follow the one that's running off and say, "So hard to find those that are courageous nowadays." And all he's going to do is lift his wand up, and a spurt of blue fire
Boy,
in the form of lightning is going to shoot, but it's going to shoot at the Warlock that's running away. And as soon as it hits him,
gone.
takes him out completely. Then he's going to look back at the other one that's sleeping. And he's going to shake his head and be like, "I wish I could find warriors like you that would do my bidding."
Finn
He's
is
going
still focused. He's
No need to anymore, because he's then going to take his wand
gonna do the same thing.
and do the same thing to that one.
Really?
And that Warlock is going to disappear.
Your life insurance plans must suck.
You hear a small chuckle come out of this hooded figure. And as he leaps out like he's going to drop down in front of y'all, he leaps, but instead of falling like normal and all that, it's sort of like he slowly levitates down and slowly hits the ground and just walks to y'all very softly. Marrow's going to chime up and say, "You don't have to do this." "Well, of course I have to do this. In order for me to continue on with my plans, I must follow through." And at this point, he's going to raise his wand to Marrow, and Marrow's going to sort of wave his wand. When he waves his wand, it's going to create an orb around all of y'all. And as y'all are looking at this orb, I want y'all to picture that it looks like a blizzard, that it looks like a blizzard mixed with fire just circling around the orb. So all y'all see is y'all just see blizzard and fire just swarming around y'all. Y'all don't see, the trees, the hills, this mysterious figure that was standing in front of you, you don't see any of that anymore. And it goes for about 15, 20 seconds where y'all are just mesmerized looking at this orb, looking around y'all, seeing what's going on. And as it stops spinning and dissipates, y'all notice that y'all are in a very grand-looking city.
Oi. Oh, bloody hell. I know he's here. Henry! You little bugger!
Miro's gonna turn his head towards you and say, "Your little bugger is fine."
Oh, for your sake, he better be.
Well, why don't you ask him when we get back to the school? And he's gonna start walking towards this massive, looks like a grand marble staircase that leads up to the entrance of this massive castle. The castle itself is ingrained in pure stone, pure golden array. The roofs made out of the finest compounds and elements within Batharia's arsenal. You see there are people that are flying around. There are people that are on balconies 1 second, and then by the time you blink, they're now down upon the staircase walking past y'all. You know, you see different creatures walking around. There are some giants. There's some orcs. And
You're still the shortest one. Okay.
As he continues up the stairs, he turns around and looks over his shoulder and says, "Are y'all coming?"
Listen here, tall man. Just because you're probably 6'2", I am 4'3". I'm doing the best.
He's gonna turn around and say, 6'1" and 5/8". And then he's gonna continue up the stairs.
Mr. Miro, where are we going?
We are going into my chambers for the moment.
Huh.
I must discuss things with you three.
Okay.
So as y'all enter this castle and all that, and you're looking around, and the castle itself sort of, I don't know, it seems like it's empty on the inside for the moment. It seems like, you know, it's just empty corridors, empty hallways, empty stairwells that go up different parts of it. When you walk into the main entrance, you see a massive fountain made of gold in the middle of this courtroom-esque lobby. And upon that, you see two massive stairwells that go up the side pretty high up, probably about 30 steps up and all that. But halfway up the stairwell, you've got two corridors that go into different parts of the castle, and then you continue on up, and it goes into two more corridors at the very top with one main door in the center of the balcony once you walk up the stairs. And that is where Miro is headed to. He's headed up the stairs to that corridor.
So obviously, being the runt, he's going to lag behind a little. By the time we get up there, he's like, I'm alright. I'm alright.
As y'all enter this corridor, it is sort of like a little short, maybe 5 or 10 feet hall, with stained glass windows that you can look outside on both sides. And when you walk into the room that Miro is walking in, it looks like a monastery of magical artifacts of the finest detail in desk and wood engraved tables. You've got stained glass windows that go all around the room. Towards the back of the room, you see a sort of like a bed, but the bed is levitating off the ground and has drapes that cover it on 3 sides. Behind the bed, you see that there is a sort of wardrobe and a sort of dresser-like configuration that has different liquids, different potions that look like they're brewing. That see a little bit of smoke rising from some of the glassware. You see all around the rooms. There's different paintings of different famous individuals from history. There is one painting that has Dr. Marrow in it, but the other figure which was in that painting has been burned out of it. Like, specifically, that figure's body has been singed and burned out of the painting.
Seems like a messy divorce then, lad.
Not a divorce. And he sits down at his table and says, all three of you, please come sit. And as he raises his hand, 3 chairs from the wall sort of move their way towards the table.
You ain't got to tell me twice.
Mr. Marrow, so, are you familiar with us?
Well, Nina, I mean, you would think that I could keep you all out of trouble, but obviously I can't.
You two know each other or something.
Finn, I know all of you. Same goes for you, Malachi. Allow me to refresh your memories. And he closes his eyes and opens them to a very yellow-white, opaque eyes and all that as he's waving his hands over each of your foreheads. And in your heads, he restores memory. The memory that he restores is that just 2 days before now, y'all had moved up from your respective schooling into the grand school, where y'all had met Dr. Marrow for the first time. Y'all are seeing the celebrations, all the students that are there currently that were applauding all of the new visitors and all the new students as they were making their way finally into what they've been working so long for. Y'all are seeing as y'all walk into this castle for the first time, y'all are seeing y'all's respective corridors of where your rooms are located. Y'all are students at this school. And when these memories collect and all that, sort of like the haze dissipates over y'all's eyes of seeing these memories.
Whoever had us must have wiped our memory.
That and more, yes. Of course, they tried to take young Henry, but
I'll kill them.
were unsuccessful in doing so. And he raises his hands and opens up a door within his corridor. And Henry.
So, for those who don't know what a sugar glider is, it's a squirrel that has basically little bitty wings, and it just glides over and lands on Finn's shoulder. There you are, you little bugger.
Where's my mother? She alright?
Your mother is fine for now, but that'll be one of the stops we make after our brief little session here. It is time for me to show y'all exactly what y'all are looking into now, since y'all have been dragged into the fold. And he stands up and sort of waves his hands, clears the desk out of the way, clears the bed back into the corner of the room and all that, creates a lucent stone floor, which is all y'all see. And in the middle of it, he opens his eyes again and holds his hands out. Smoke and sort of like a white aura disperses from him all around y'all to where y'all are surrounded. And y'all are basically placed in what's a memory bulb. Or a memory aura, ball, if you will. What y'all see before y'all is as follows. Y'all see, first off, exactly what Marrow saw when y'all were talking to that hooded figure before y'all disappeared. Whereas y'all could not see the face underneath the hood, y'all see exactly now what Marrow saw. And if y'all will allow me a brief moment, this is what y'all saw underneath the hood.
I'm not making fun of your pictures, DM, but he looks like he's trying to say Tony Stark built this in a cave.
Yeah. So, as y'all are watching things transpire, as y'all are seeing this face now, sort of like time jumps back even more. And when time jumps back even more, what you are seeing now, what looks to be some form of wizarding war in a way. It is this individual that y'all just saw, along with 12 others, facing Dr. Marrow and 12 of his choosing. Now, one of those being your mother. Another one being of Malachi's line. Unfortunately, Finn doesn't have anyone he knows in that picture except for Marrow, who he now remembers he had met several days ago. So, as y'all are watching these 12 pawns stand face to face, and of course spells start flying everywhere, things start happening to wizards from both sides and all that. And as this is happening, those wizards are going to sort of start splitting off into their own groups, fighting each other, while this figure and Marrow start walking towards each other face to face. And of course, wands come out. Wands go ablazing. Thank Danny DeVito. So anyway, I started blasting. And as they're facing each other and blasting spells, going back and forth, deflecting each other's and all that, I'm talking about rapid fire almost going between them. They know each other so well. It's so weird to see how in sync with their defensive and offensive magic that they're being. It's like, again, they know each other. So, as you're watching this, you see that eventually they get up to each other's basically personal space and all that, right there face to face. And they both grab each other around the neck with the wands pointing at the other. And you hear Marrow say, "Stop this now." You hear this other figure sort of light up at the eyes with yellow and say, "I wish I could." And at that point, both of their wands, they try to go in with each other and all that. And the wands strike each other at the point. And when that happens, a massive explosion immerses, and that ends y'all's vision.
Okay. So Nina's gone. When it involves her family or anybody, when she gets mad, she means business, but she's nice. So she's gonna slam the table, and she's gonna say, "What do they want with my mother, and why is she in this?"
Now, Nina, calm down. It is not just what they want with your mother. It is what they want with all of you. See,
what do they want?
What you just saw was the first battle of Batharian. Now, Horvath, that is the gentleman you just saw. The gentleman that you just met. The man who took y'all from the school. What he wanted with y'all was he was trying to recruit you for his second army. That's what he's been doing with all of the students here.
He needs to leave my mother out of it.
Don't worry, he has no intention of recruiting your mother. But because of what your mother did in the last battle, he does have the intention of getting back at her.
Where's my brother?
Brother?
I have a half-brother, don't you know?
No. Yeah. I was unaware of this. And if you do, then you'll have to make that discovery for yourself.
At last, I think he's after you.
Why is he after me?
He's wanting revenge against your mother.
What better way than for
to take out the child.
The daughter.
You're the closest
To either
one
be
to it.
taken out or to
I
join
wish
him.
she'd try. And her eyes are going to get this kind of orangish.
Clearly, he has tried last. Do you not remember earlier?
Her
Clearly,
magic
yeah.
is orange.
Clearly he succeeded.
And so her eyes are going to get like this fiery orange.
I need you to
because-
make me a strength check.
Okay. Let me see. 15.
Okay. He is going to reach out to you, and when he reaches out to you, beyond your own control, your body starts calming down on its own.
Calm person. Such a great spell.
And when he does that, he says, again, it is not your fault. Believe me, I am doing everything I can. Raises his hands. And when he does a little flick like that, sort of like you see the bed sort of arise. And out of the smoke that was surrounding the bed from where it was levitating, you see sort of like this mystical stare come up out of it. And your mother, along with Malachi's father, come up from the stairwell into the room.
Mom.
And
All right.
she runs over to you and hugs you and says, "We do not have much time. What I can tell you is that Horvath is a very dangerous man. Do not let him get inside your head. Do not let him intimidate you. Do not fall for his tricks. Do not fall for anything he does to try and make you mad."
Mother, he's not going to. Where is brother?
Who told you that?
Where is he?
Who told you about your brother?
I don't know about my brother, Mom.
Well, I wish I could be of more use, but I do not have any knowledge of where your brother is.
I was told I had a half brother.
First off, I would like to know who told you, because myself, Marrow, Enoch, all of us were sworn to secrecy not to tell you anything about your brother. But your brother's whereabouts are unknown to me, because I have not seen him since the day he was born. And at that point, Enoch is going to run over to Malachi and be like, "Listen to me very carefully. Horvath will try to kill you. When he does,
He's not.
remember where your heart lies. Remember what you're fighting for. And believe it or not, that'll make you more strong than you could ever imagine."
Oh.
They're both going to look over at you and say, "Who's this?"
This is our friend, Finn.
Finjindaru.
Finn,
Yes, that's my name.
you have any family outside of the school?
I don't.
Henry.
The only thing I've known is nature. That's where I learned my magic.
Interesting.
I was an orphan. What do you expect?
She's going to sort of come over and inspect you. Look
Little,
around you, and
little close for comfort, but okay.
she's going to say, "An orphan, you say?"
Yeah.
She's going to turn around to Marrow. Marrow's just going to look at her.
Mother.
She's going to shake her head and be like,
Mother.
"Okay."
No, what can I say? No memory of a family.
And so, at that point, she's going to look at you and say, "For now, listen to Dr. Marrow. Listen to everything he wants. Me and Enoch have some things we have to attend to. We will be back. As far as your brother, I do not know where he is."
All right.
And they nod to Dr. Marrow, who Dr. Marrow nods to them. They go back down that stairwell, which, after they walk back down out of view and all that, sort of smoke engulfs the stairwell again and all that, and the bed closes back down on top. And Marrow turns to y'all and says, "Horvath," and looks over at the painting that he etched out. "To my friend over there who is wondering about this nasty divorce. Horvath was not a divorce. Horvath was, or so I thought, one of my best friends here. Until I realized that he was kin, some form of fashion, to Voltaire. And at this point, y'all know the history of Voltaire. Y'all know the history of the brothers. So when you hear Voltaire, that sort of raises red flags to each of y'all. Miro said, before anyone says anything, I did not kill him because now is not the time. He will make a stand, and when he makes a stand, he will fall at that final time. But we have to make preparations of our own. And as he says that, he stands up and he says, come! And the door opens with him walking out into the main corridor again. And he looks at y'all, turns around and says, who's ready for an adventure?
Let's go.
I ain't never one down to turn down a thrill. Let's do this.
All right. Stick close. And as he turns back around, he begins to walk towards the balcony's edge where it's held together by stone, but the stone starts to walk apart, sort of like wristle its way away from the center, and he begins to walk on air towards the center of the room. And as he's walking towards the center of the room, a sort of invisible portal that was not seen the first time by anyone makes itself known, comes into visible view and all that, and sort of opens up to where it's strictly bright light. You don't see anything but white light just blaring out the doorway, blaring out the opening. And he walks through. What do y'all do?
I'm following him.
I'm following him, but
You got Henry?
I'm happy. Everybody gets to live.
Malachi?
Yeah, especially Malachi. He gets to live.
So, with that, y'all walk through the doorway. As soon as y'all walk through, the doorway closes behind y'all, and y'all are walking behind Marrow as he's sort of walking with a brisk pace and tells y'all, keep up.
Yes, sir.
You do not want to get behind here. And as you look in front of you, you see a very old stone village that is turning to rubble with fire. Fire is basically caught between everything in the village and all
What's
that.
happening here?
There are screams you hear. There's people that are asking and yelling for help. Somebody help me. And as this is going on, Marrow takes his wand out and he continues to walk towards the middle of the village.
So Nina is going to follow him, but she's going to try to tell the people it's going to be all right. We're here to help you.
A woman that you scream, or that you sort of like raise your voice and tell this to and all that, comes up and grabs you and says, please help me. And she's like shaking your chest and all that, just trying
Listen to
going
me. Listen.
frantic.
Calm down. It's going to be all right. I'm going to help you.
Make me a persuasion check.
I don't know if this is an illusion
That's
or is this...
automatically an 18, but let's see.
It worked.
Okay, it's over. an 18.
So you persuaded her. She calms down. She says, okay. My family's already made it out. I was trying to get to one of my friends, but they took her. I
Who
don't know
took
where.
her?
And as you say this, and she sees that your eyes start going yellow and everything like that, orange, she freaks out and screams and runs away from you. Meryl, yeah, Meryl's gonna turn around and be like, "You've really got to get a control."
Sorry.
You stop talking for now.
I'm going to see if I can find her.
We're told we need to keep moving. We need to keep moving.
Come with me.
Meryl's gonna yell back, "Exactly who do you think it is I'm going for?"
Exactly. Oh, come on, nice.
And
Henry.
y'all round the corner into the middle of the village. people are running around, all around the buildings, running in and out of them, trying to find ways to get out of the building. Screaming frantically. Some people bonking their heads on freaking signs and stuff as they're trying to get away, hurting themselves, everything like that, just screaming. In the middle of the village, you see a very chiseled, surprisingly, very chiseled, standing tall mountain troll that is holding an individual in his hand.
Hey, let him go.
And he doesn't listen. And you notice that as you get closer, Marrow's starting to raise his wand. And the troll says, "Not a step more." Marrow stops in his place and is just staring. And you notice that it's a female that's squirming in his arms and all that, trying to get out of it.
Okay.
And he's going to grasp her and close tightly until she passes out with lack of air and drop her down. He's going to turn around to all of y'all. And he's going to say, "Jeremiah, why did I not think that you would come?"
When use that metal?
Marrow's going to look up and say, "We've come for her, and you're in our way." To which he says, "Keep coming at." And from behind him, he's going to pull a staff out. This staff has a massive jewel at the top of it. That jewel radiates, sort of like emits an aura around it as he's holding it. With that,
Before you do that, Henry, I think it's time you go for a flight, my friend.
Henry's going to take off.
Oh my
Start going and all that.
And I guess roll for initiative.
Yes.
All of a sudden.
Each of y'all roll for initiative.
Eight.
Where's initiative? So,
11.
15.
Me with these crappy rolls today, Jesus.
Hold on. All right. Malachi, what was yours?
11.
Nina, what was yours?
She said 15. You got short.
Okay, we just got a letter, boy.
Hold up.
I'm probably dead last again.
What was yours? What was yours?
8.
I'm going to give you 9, and you are not last.
I was cool with being last. I have a plan.
Well, the troll rolled 8.
Ooh.
All right. So, Malachi, again, first. Got an
He's the Hercules of this scene.
got an unnatural 20. He's going to raise his wand at the troll, and he's going to emit...
Malachi is still.
Yeah.
Marrow.
Did I say Malachi?
Yeah.
I meant Marrow, yes.
Too many M's.
Yes, right. I'll just go by Slade for you from now on. Marrow is going to raise his wand, and he is going to emit a firebolt towards the troll.
Or Colin Kai.
How about a slide?
The firebolt whiffs past the troll's head and all that as the troll ducked his head out of the way. It's like, gonna have to try better than that. And at that point, Nina, you're up.
Okay.
He needs a good biting.
She is going to cast Command. And I don't have to roll for it.
I ain't gonna go back up.
It's to speak one word.
Okay.
Command. So she's gonna tell him to. The girl's already on the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can make him hold.
What?
Flee.
Flee? Okay. What is the dexterity saving you gotta make on it?
That would be. It doesn't say one, but
Wisdom.
wisdom
That's
11.
Wisdom saving of 11.
He
I
beat
made
it.
it 17. So, as you try to command him, he's gonna again give a chuckle. Your little mind tricks won't work on me, little
We'll
girl.
see about that.
And at that point,
Slade.
Slade, you're up.
Being a literal fighter. So I hope he makes a comment about my height. I hope he does. Let him.
What are we gonna do, Slade?
I'm gonna throw a spear.
Okay, so you're gonna go physical and throw the spear. All right, go ahead.
That's 19.
Plus what?
Damage 1d6. I don't think it has
No, don't click on the spear like to see its things and all that. Go back and see if it does any plus to
Hey,
it.
character can't.
It doesn't give you any plus modifiers or anything like that.
nothing else.
Okay, so a 19 still does hit. So you hit. Now roll for damage.
Which is damage is 1d6.
Go ahead, make it.
Yep, regular dice.
Mine's dead.
3.
Okay, so when you throw the spear and all that, the spear stabs him in the shoulder. Gets him in the shoulder, and he lets out this. So that's how it's going to be now. And he's going to take it and he's going to rip it out of his hands and snap your spear in his hand and drop it to the
Where that
ground.
came from, buddy?
Unless I can fix him.
With that,
Huh? No,
Finn?
there's a charger.
your go.
Alright, you big bugger. I'm having to think of alternative crosswords. Alright, let's see what I can do. No comment?
No,
You're not going to let me have this, are you?
just waiting.
No, I'll find it.
The charger.
This is not a touch. This is not a touch. What damage does it do? I'm gonna cast my cantrip. Remember how I said cantrips are vital?
Yep.
Frostbite.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you go
I
ahead.
know.
Con 14.
Thank you. Okay.
Hey, if he fails it, roll that.
That would be an 11. So roll it.
Yay.
5. Okay. So as this frostbite hits him, he gets very chilled very quickly, and he's just enraged at this point.
And Finn does laugh.
He's not like it. Normally this type of stuff doesn't happen to him, let alone get him down this much in hell. So he's starting to feel effects and kind of getting very agitated by it. He's going to pick up his staff, and he's going to slam his staff down towards the girl.
Of course.
And when he goes for Nina, he is trying to emit a ray of frost out of his staff towards her.
What is it?
And it's going to be a 10.
No.
Okay. So when the ray of frost hits down and it spreads out towards you, you see this coming and sort of duck behind Marrow to get out of the way.
Nice try, buddy.
That's a Gabby move, too. Get behind somebody much bigger.
And in return, as soon as you duck behind Marrow, Marrow's going to raise his wand and he is going to try to strike again. But this time, let me see if I still have it. Hold up.
Spells aren't weapon attacks. So. I like the collecting because some of them
He's going to use
When you have a laundry list of spells.
Okay, he's going to use 3rd level Agnazar's Scorcher.
Ooh!
Now, when he does that, a line of roaring flame 30 feet long and 5 feet wide emanates from you in the direction you choose. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 fire damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. So that's going to be 4d8 fire damage if it hits. So I'm going to make sure it hits first. By the way, the troll's level is at 16. Its armor class is at 16. Just for y'all's knowledge. So. And it does not hit.
He can't.
Yep. So casting that and all that, he blasts it, but it's like the troll with the armor that he wears and all that is gonna morph him, like bend his body down into like a position where he can take that fire and it'll blast off of his body around him to where it doesn't hit him. And he's gonna come back up smoking and all that.
I have
Say,
an idea.
try better, Marrow. Try better.
I have an idea.
And with that, Nina.
While she comes up with the plan, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Would you have lower his AC?
If it's 6 on the armor.
Yes. Because
Then
it's
yes.
a splash.
Yes.
Okay, so
If it's
I'm
6 on his
gonna
armor, then yes. It'll
do poison damage towards him.
give him half damage because of the fact that it's not directly on him, but he's breathing in said
So
acid.
in the AC, that's what I was
does
talking
that
about.
smell?
Yeah.
I think it's needs to be pumped.
You gonna do what? Evocation? Okay, so. Alright, you have to make a ranged attack roll, which means you have to hit a 16 or higher in order for it to take place.
So,
D20.
you don't smell that.
What are you smelling?
Something stinks.
What is it?
Do you have any modifiers for it?
4.
Where does it say that? Go back to it. Click out of it. Let's see. Evocation.
+3, so
No, you
70.
just went to Sorcerer's Burst. You gotta go back to Evocation.
yeah, no, that's not what I was doing. I was doing this.
Which one? That one?
Yeah, poison.
Sorcerer's Burst. Okay, so +3, and you had 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be 17. So you would hit. So roll a D8 damage on any one of those that you want to do. If you roll an 8,
Is that a D8?
Yeah,
yes,
that's
it
the
is a D8, which you rolled a 1.
Hmm.
If you ever roll it and roll an 8 on the D8, you can roll another D8 and add that damage to your 8.
You didn't get a D8.
No. So she got a 1. So it hits.
Stinks, whatever.
And with poison and all that,
Oh.
it hits with that poison.
I did it.
And the poison's sort of starting to make him cough a little bit and all that. It's not really affecting him much. He's just coughing and just trying to get through it. And Slade, it is your turn. I can't smell right now. It's also hot as crap in this house.
It's in this area.
Oh, you want to
Did you fart?
So what are you gonna do, Slade?
It smells like something spoiled or something.
Oh no.
Bless you.
I'm gonna do the Hold on. That takes it. Trying not to take mine.
You ever? Oh, do I got a plan?
I don't really have that much.
Look at your cantrips. Remember, you can cast those as much as you want. That's mainly what I've been using.
Yeah. Cantrips, they don't use slots, so you can keep using those over and over again if you want.
Yeah, because, and I got one more wild shape. But I'm saving it.
Okay, I can maybe try and tie him up. I have a rope. I can maybe try and tie him up. Like, take out his legs and make him fall.
Okay.
And, like, tie up.
You need to make a strength check. Not a roll for attacking, but a strength check.
Yeah.
To make sure you're going to be able to do it first.
Let's see.
You told me to squeeze it.
No, I have to be an 11.
Huh?
My strength's an 11. So
There.
You got to beat my strength of the
What's your
troll.
strength?
The strength of the troll is 14.
So roll a d20, add your strength. Well, you don't have a strength mod, so
15.
It does beat it. So now that you've done that, are you going to take your running action up to him?
Yeah,
plan.
So when you take the running action up to him and all that, you're able to whip the rope around his legs and all that and wrap it and start wrapping it around his legs to pull tight. So as you're doing that, he's sort of watching you, looking around to make sure that, you know, see what exactly it is you're trying to do
That
to him.
ruins my plan.
And while that's happening,
Yeah,
It's yours
that
right now.
throws my plan right out the window.
sometimes it does.
Well, I could just give him the same treatment he gave me in Voyage to Erebus.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get this troll down.
Something stinks.
So, well, hold
You
on.
can wait. You can wait till the proper moment where he's standing behind the troll. So if something does hit the troll, it doesn't hit him.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Are you behind the?
Stop making it stink.
All right. Are you behind the troll? Yes or no? You're behind. All right. He says he's behind the troll.
Okay.
I need you to make a deck save. You got to beat an 11, and it should work out for me considering.
5.
Yeah.
So
All right. I'm gonna use that shiny new one. 4. Acid.
okay. So the acid does spray and hit him.
Yep. My goal was to get it on that armor.
When it does, it is on the armor. So what is it now after every roll?
He will. What I'll have to roll is he has a choice on his next turn. He can take the armor off to prevent taking more damage, or I can sit here and roll a d4 every turn.
Okay. A D4.
Yes.
Okay. He's not going to do that right now. At this point, he's going to try and take his staff and smack Slade with it. who's
What do you think,
behind
Wackus
him.
Bonkus? Get him. Ooh, you naughty Wackus Bonkus.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
What's your AC again?
15.
And what's your HP?
18.
It's going to be 5 damage to you.
So you're at 13.
And as he hits you, the rope is still around his legs, but it's going to sort of like knock you back and all that onto the ground, probably about 5 feet back from him. And when it does, it's sort of like, it's definitely a bludgeon hit, so it's almost like force trauma and all that to your abdomen when the butt of it hits. Back to Miro. And then it'll be Nina next. So
Hey. He's gonna keep hunting until he takes off that armor from me.
Miro is going to go up for an advantage since he's not paying attention to him.
Yeah.
And he's going to try and press his hand against the troll and shock grasp the troll. Advantage. And he hits.
And that's is he using it as a spell or a cantrip?
Cantrip.
That's a D8. Well, no,
Yeah.
depending on his level.
No, it's gonna be.
What level is he?
This is gonna be a 3rd level. No, well, he's fully leveled. He's fully maxed out and all that.
Oh, that's 4d8s.
So, 1.
Hey, grab from here too.
3, 4. Alright, so 8, 9, 15 damage to the troll. 17 is what the troll's at now. And it definitely shocks the troll to the point where the troll falls over down to the ground, which gives you advantage now on the troll.
She is going to do chromatic orb.
Okay.
And she chooses lightning.
Okay, so
Shock it through him.
roll twice, take the highest number on
2D.
your d20.
D20.
Yep. You don't want that one.
17.
That does hit without any.
Now, it says 3d8 damage of the chosen type.
The chosen type. Yep. So you use lightning, right? Because shocking grasp and all that. So that's 1d8. That's 2d8. That's 3d8. So, oh my gosh.
She did.
And how do you want it done?
Okay. So she's gonna rage, like her eyes are gonna get her.
And that's
Orange,
max. That's
range.
max damage.
No.
No, it's not max damage.
That's
It's-
dang close though.
And
Staying
she's
close
gonna
to it.
close her eyes. And
I don't like the
she's-
fact that it was 3 6s, but
She's gonna close her eyes, open them, they're orange, and she's just gonna move her hands and go.
and release the orbs. These orbs, as they're shooting towards the troll, are going to merge together into one massive orb, and it's going to go right into his chest. And when it does, you see that his whole body being electrified like it's never been before. His chest is going to start expanding, and when it does and all that, the chest itself is going to sort of explode open and all that, and just leave him there lifeless on the ground. Sweep yourself.
Okay.
And with that, Marrow's gonna sort of drop his wand, and his hair is gonna be sort of like down in front of his face. He's gonna be breathing a little heavier, and he's gonna be like all quiet now. He's gonna go over to the girl, and as he goes to check on the girl and all that, she's and just like breathe in all that, and she's gonna look up and she's gonna go, Jeremiah. And that's where we're gonna end the session today.
Well, I was gonna say real quick, just Finn's gonna. I can't do it like this. I don't know how people do where you put the 2 fingers in the mouth.
You talking about whistling for Henry?
Yeah, and Henry's just gonna land right back on his shoulder.
Yeah, we can do
There
that.
you are, you little bugger. Have a good flight.
I used to be in the
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh.
I used to
Survey says
I've,
no.
I've never been able to do it.
I
so.
used to do it.
Don't. It'll peak the mic.
Sounds like a balloon letting air out at the bottom. But yeah, the last, so that happens, and the last thing you hear when he goes over there and she gasps for air and looks up, is panting, and she looks up at Dr. Mary and goes, Jeremiah. And that's where the session ends. As always, this is JP with Beyond Caliber. Thank you for tuning into the very first session. There is a lot more to come. A lot of adventure still waiting to happen. This first session was 2 hours just to break the ice and get us into this. The next session, we should have everybody with us. The rest of the characters will meet y'all, will introduce themselves, and of course, we will continue on with this journey. And we will continue on
Yeah,
with
boy.
finding out exactly what
No one died.
Horvath's plan is, trying to discover a little more. As always, this is JP. With us, we have Gabby, we have Dylan, and we have infamous JoJo, Little Bro Joe.
And we have a gift.
And we have a guest that's been tuning in this whole time, listening to the entire campaign session. We've got Mary over
Give
here.
it up for Maury!
But with that being said, also with a little bit of self-promotion, if you're cool with it.
Yep, go ahead.
Don't forget to check out my channel where me and a few of my buddies just got through ranking every single Epic the Musical song. It took a lot of arguing off camera, and It's with our buddy, our fellow artist and good friend Belladonna, and our favorite rat, Deadpool0041, aka Justin. But with that being said, y'all stay safe. Remember that God loves you and we do too. And yeah.
As always, we will see y'all in the next video.
Peace.